And joining me now, Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. Mr. Speaker, great to see you. Now, I have to get you on this new attack on Elon Musk, that Sunny Hostin says he's an immigrant, he's an enemy of the state. She said he was pro-apartheid, and essentially he has no right to be here. So I guess they want to deport Elon and keep the criminal illegals here in the United States.
I did not think it was possible for the Democrats to even get worse messaging than when they attacked the cuts at USAID on the transgender operas in other countries. But now they want to attack Elon while they drive his Teslas. One of the things Elon has cut is the subsidy to pay to buy Teslas. He's hurt his own business to help the country. He has actually created things. Every other leader in every other country would love to have Elon in their country helping them build missiles, being able to go up to space and come back, being electric cars. I mean, this is amazing what he is doing. Instead of attacking Elon, they should join with him. If they ever want to get back into the majority, they should join him instead of attacking him. But they're attacking immigrants? How's that going to help them? Well,
and what about the issue of the freeze on Musk's contracts? They're pushing for that as well, because again, look, he's created an enormous amount of wealth, not just for himself, but millions of people around the world and opportunities, and obviously incredible advances in technology. But they believe, the Democrats, okay, can't have any more federal dollars going to him because he's volunteering his time to cut spending in Washington. Kind of follow that logic.
Well, you know what that would do? All that would do would help China. Before Elon Musk, we did not build a rocket engine in America. He went out and did it himself, so we could go. We have astronauts stuck in space. We need Elon to go get them. We have a disaster in America. We need satellites. Starlink that Elon has created. Elon creates something and helps the government in that process. He makes America stronger, and now they want to attack him because he's actually, who is he looking out for? The hardworking taxpayer. That should be their job as elected official, and they won't do it, and he's volunteering to do it. He should be given a medal.
Well, Mr. Speaker, we have other issues brewing on Capitol Hill with this fight over the budget, and the numbers are pretty ugly. Yes. I'm going to talk to Jason Smith in just a moment. But Republicans, in my view, many of them, not all, but many of them pay lip service. They love DOGE is great. We're all for the cuts. But then when it comes time to crunch the numbers on Capitol Hill, we're still increasing spending. So what's your message to Republicans tonight, given the precipice that we are on, and given the fact that the Trump administration's future and the midterms are also on the line here if this isn't done right?
It's not just the future of the next election, it's the future of the next generation. The real driver of this money, you've got to look at the mandatory spending. And there is so much government has grown, especially after COVID, and there has never been a cutback. This is a time to bring the accountability, go through every single program, eliminate duplications, and make those real decisions, because I believe the American people are with you right now, and you'll actually do better in the next election.
Mr. Speaker, as always, great to see you. Thank you so much.